Let me tell you the most common mistake people make when they try to break into cybersecurity. They start with the wrong thing. They buy a certification book before they understand what cybersecurity actually is. They apply for SOC analyst jobs before they know what a SOC does. Then they get overwhelmed by the size of the field and quit 6 weeks in. That doesn't have to be the path. Getting into cybersecurity with no experience is absolutely achievable, but it requires a sequence, not a random pile of resources and good intentions. I'm going to be that sequence. Understand the field, build the IT foundation, choose a direction, earn the right baseline certification, build real evidence of your skills, and then start applying. Here's what I want you to remember. Cybersecurity is not usually the starting path, it's the destination. At its core, cybersecurity is the practice of protecting what an organization values most from people who want to steal it, damage it, or disrupt it. Everything else flows from that definition. You can't protect a network that you don't understand. You can't investigate a system you don't understand. You can't explain risk if you don't understand the business value behind the thing you're protecting. So before you chase tools, job titles, or advanced certifications, spend time understanding the basics: vulnerabilities, threat, risk, the CIA triad, networking, operating systems, how data actually moves. This is what makes every later step easier. This roadmap's the sequence, the order matters. Phase 1 is the foundation. Learn the normal behavior of networks and systems before you try to secure them. TCP/IP, DNS, firewalls, Windows, Linux, storage identity, and troubleshooting aren't optional background knowledge. That's the ground you stand on. Phase 2 is your baseline. For most people, Security Plus is the right entry-level security certification because it gives you the vocabulary employers expect, and it helps you connect the fundamentals to real security concepts. Phase 3 is where you stop being theoretical. Build a home lab. Use Try Hack Me or Hack the Box. Do capture the flags. Write down what you built, what broke, what you fixed, and what you learned. The people who get into this field are not the ones who found a shortcut. They are the ones who follow a clear path long enough for the work to compound. Certifications matter, but we need to be honest about what they do and what they don't do. A certification can get you past a resume filter. It can signal that you have baseline knowledge. It can give a hiring manager a reason to keep reading, but it does not prove that you can think, troubleshoot, communicate, or solve problems under pressure. If you are starting out, Security Plus is usually the cleanest first cybersecurity certification. From there, CompTIA Plus makes sense for analysts and SOC work. CEH can fit a penetration testing path, and CISM or CISA fit governance, risk, compliance, audit, and managing paths. CISSP is a great credential, but it's not where most beginners should begin. Without the required experience, you can study the material, but you can't treat it like a magic ticket into the field. Do not stack certifications as a substitute for skill. Certs open doors. Your ability to explain risk clearly, show your lab work, and reason through a problem is what gets you hired. One of the frustrating parts of cybersecurity is that entry-level jobs often still ask for experience. So the practical answer: build experience before someone gives you the job title. A home lab is one of the best places to start. Doesn't need to be expensive. Use VirtualBox or VMware. Build a small network. Install Windows and Linux. Create users. Break things. Fix them. Turn on logs. Run basic security tools. Learn how all the pieces fit together. Guided platforms like Try Hack Me and Hack the Box are valuable because they turn vague advice into hands-on practice. They give you structure, repetition, and a way to prove that you're doing more than just watching videos. Capture the flags help for the same reason. They show curiosity, persistence, and problem solving, all things employers care about. But the part most people skip is documentation. A public write-up that explains what you did and what you learned is powerful stuff. Communication skills are rare in cybersecurity. If you can demonstrate that before you interview, then you stand out. These are the mistakes I see over and over again with people trying to break in. The first mistake is trying to learn everything at once. Cybersecurity is not one job. A SOC analyst, penetration tester, cloud security engineer, GRC analyst, they all do very different work. Pick a direction that fits your background, then go deep enough to build momentum. The second mistake, skipping fundamentals. If you don't understand networking, operating systems, identity, and basic troubleshooting, security tools will feel like magic, and magic is not a career strategy. The third mistake is waiting until you feel ready. You probably won't. Once you have a baseline certification, some lab work, and the ability to talk about what you've learned, start applying. Interviews will show you what to improve next. The fourth mistake is ignoring soft skills. Security is not just tools and alerts. It's explaining risk to people who don't live in the technology every day. Clear communication isn't extra. It's part of the job. This is the path in its simplest form. Foundation, Security Plus, lab work, apply. Don't overcomplicate it. Start with IT fundamentals. Build real networking knowledge. Move into Security Plus once the basics make sense. Then keep building hands-on, proof through labs, capture the flags, write-ups, small projects. The timeline here is not a promise. Some people move faster, some slower, and that's fine. What matters is that each step builds on the one before it. A video you watch today, a lab you build this week, certification you earn next month, and a write-up that you publish after that, all of it compounds. The people who get in are usually not the ones with perfect background. They're the ones who start, keep going, and can clearly show what they've learned. So the final message is simple. Start. Don't wait until you have the perfect plan. Don't wait until you understand every specialty. Don't wait until you feel like you belong in cybersecurity. Pick the next useful step and take it. Here's where I'd start. Pick one foundation topic. Build one lab around it. Write a few sentences explaining what you learned and why it matters. Then pick the next topic and do it again. That loop, learn, build, explain, that's what actually turns no experience into a portfolio you can talk about in an interview. Not a certification, not a checklist, visible work. If you want more structure than figuring this out alone, that's what I built J. Robertson Security for. The courses, the blog, the YouTube content, safe approach throughout. Cybersecurity explained plainly, no fear-mongering, no jargon for jargon's sake. And if you've got questions, certifications, which labs are actually worth your time, GRC versus technical roles, or how to point your existing background as a security career, ask me. That's exactly what I'm here for.